last 10 years. I work for Oracle. I've been in the IT industry for about 20 years now, and I'm my major it says in CIT. This is a required class for my major. So trying to get this done. It's kind of interesting. This is the same format as 260 that I took last semester, and I think I feel like you, Logan. It was a difficult class to navigate because it was so unstructured. It felt to me. So I'm kind of hoping that this will go a little bit better and we can make it work. So excited to work with you guys. So that's me in a nutshell.
Good to meet you, Enrico. And if I can speak to that for a second, seeing the tagline for this class, it says, "This is not a programming course." It's just like, my heart sinks. I'm like, well, why not? Why don't I get to take a programming course?
Exactly.
Anyways.
I felt by the title of the class, I thought it would be like Object-Oriented Development 1.
Right.
About Java and all that, so I was kind of hoping for the same, but we'll see how it goes. So.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Jeffrey,
if you're talking, we can't hear you, bud.
Nope.
You'll have to do yours in sign language, Jeffrey. All right, how about you, Rachel?
I am a senior as well in CIT. I live in Idaho Falls, so I go up to campus every day, and then I just decided to take this one online as well. I work at the public library in Rexburg, so going back and forth is kind of a pain in the butt, so I figured I could do an online class if it's offered. So I'm really glad that you guys have taken the course before this, though. That was a little crazy, because hopefully you can help us then, because I feel like my brain is scrambled right now, like trying to figure all this out. So yeah.
Cool. Want to try it again, Jeffrey?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so Mauricio, you live in Alpine, right?
I do.
So what do you work? Do you work at the Oracle Lehigh building?
No, I don't. I work mostly from home, and sometimes I travel. I'm actually in Dallas now, working for work. So.
Oh. Fun stuff.
Is that where you are in Lehigh?
Yep.
Okay. Probably we can't go there. I can only go to the Sandy office. The Lehigh one is only for support teams, I think.
Yeah, that's what I am.
It's not open for the rest. So.
Nice.
You work for Oracle too, Jeffrey?
Yep.
Cool. Cool. So tell us about yourself, Jeffrey.
All right. So let's see. I live here in Lehigh, Utah, in beautiful Utah Valley. This is my second to last semester. So this class is exactly like 261 class that we took. Let's see. I work at Oracle. I'm on the micro support team, so I actually do support for point-of-sale systems and hospitality systems in Brazil and Portugal. I serve a mission in Brazil, so that's where I learned Portuguese.
Good way.
When did you serve there?
I served in 2012, 11 to 13.
Cool. My brother-in-law served there, but he was 2010, so.
Oh, before my time. Yeah, but what else? I like programming a lot. I don't do a whole lot of database stuff, but I know more than everyone else that works there, and so I always get asked questions, and it's really annoying. Everyone's like, "Oh, teach me how to use SQL, SQL," and I'm like, "I don't want to." But I actually like it and enjoy it a lot more than I did at the beginning. Me and Moses were actually in our first database class together, and it was the second one. I don't remember if it was the first or second one. And but I like it a lot more now because it actually makes sense to me. And
actually, we were in the same class, both classes, but you and I were teamed up the first one.
In the Java
class. The second one, you were teamed up with someone else.
Oh, but we also had a Java class together, didn't we? It was just you and me.
Yep.
Yeah. So me and Moses work together quite a bit.
Right.
What else? I don't know. That's basically it. I work kind of a weird schedule. Like I work 11 to 8, and so. But my work is basically really available. I can't do video, but I can do like audio chats and stuff at work whenever I want. So, and I can do like screen shares. So if we have to do a meeting like while I'm at work, it's totally fine because I'll just put myself not unavailable to take calls. So, yeah, it's me.
All right, I guess I'll go. This is Sachin Ali, and this is my absolute last class that I have. So, funny story, last semester was my last semester
Yeah, so
completely,
lucky.
and I took this class, and I lost my job during the middle of, actually towards the beginning of the semester. So a lot of my focus was towards finding another job, which I got an interview with Oracle, and I went down there and interviewed, and it was really awesome. But I guess since their partnership with was it Micro Focus? Is that what it is? Microsoft.
Probably.
Yeah.
They buy 100 companies a year.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they got bought. Oracle got bought out, and so then they started to downsize, and they couldn't guarantee a relocation. So they went a different. But I was working at Outlook. I was there for 3 years, and all of a sudden they started to restructure, and tons of people got laid off from the IT department, and I was one of them. So about 3 months later, after feverishly looking for another job, I landed a job at Mountain View Hospital. I am an enterprise software analyst. We cover about 150 different types of software for doctors, physicians, PAs, whatever you want to call them. So we do like what are they, EMRs and EHRs and so forth. So I take a good portion of those and have to learn them and support them for all those guys that are out in the medical field, which is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it a lot. So this class was the most that I've taken out of all of them, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't catch up with it. So I'm retaking it, and that's about it. I'm in Idaho Falls, so I have been doing this whole thing from BYU online. I think I took one class on campus, but then once they gave us VPN access, I didn't step foot back on campus. But it's been pretty good. I'm excited. Absolute last class. I'm just ready.
You can give us some insight then into
Yeah.
challenges that we're going to face in this class, huh?
Oh yeah. You know, it was funny because throughout the entire time, I was trying to catch up, and then the most important things I didn't find out until like a few days before, because the way it's structured is so different. But to pass this class with flying colors.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the topics for the what was it? Not 260. What was the one that 261 or whatever it was? The app development. The topics there, like I was relatively familiar with the topics that we're covering for this class, like a whole new ball game. So, so it'll be interesting to see and to learn about this stuff, and yeah, I hope I just remember the things that I learned last year in Java. So, all right, Clinton, I think you're up, man.
For sure. So I'm also a senior majoring in computer information technology. This is my last semester. I've attempted this class once before, and I dropped it so that I could focus on a different one because I decided I'm here on campus. I'm taking this one online. Just I understand it's easier. The online version is easier than the on-campus version. And at the time, last semester, I was taking Database 2, 241, or whatever it is, and then this one on campus. And it was brutal, to say the least. So here I am taking this class again and making this my last semester. This is not my only class, unfortunately. I'm not quite as fortunate as Moses in that case. I'm also studying for my CCNA and teaching other students in order to get their CCNA 2. I'm helping them as well.
Gross.
My schedule is pretty booked, but I'll do what I can to help. And so, I mean, from what I understand, listening to everyone else here, looks like a lot of people in our group are going into Oracle or already have Oracle jobs, which is awesome. I've basically avoided that like the plague. It just, it's not for everyone. I'm not cut from the cloth of a coder. I'm more of a networking person myself, hence the CCNA. So that is the course that I'm running right now, and it's going well so far. So
Sweet.
Good deal. Good. I admire you network guys because I have no idea what you do.
Yeah, I have to admit I am not a programmer whatsoever. Java it's not for me, but I do love networking, I love system administration. The operations side of it I completely love. So I'm on the same side as Clint.
That Star Wars game was the best that we made, though.
Dude, that's
You guys made a Star Wars game?
yeah,
in our Java class.
freaking awesome storyline.
Nice. We did Battleship, and that was pretty fun. And we were assigned to do specifically grid-based games.
Mm.
I think the on-campus guys had a little more freedom in what they could do.
I think we dodged that bullet right before they made that a rule, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I took it just last winter, so
Yeah.
it was like tic-tac-toe, Minesweeper, things like that. I threw out Battleship, and a bunch of other people wanted to do that, so we got a group together to do that. It was a lot of fun. So, okay, so I probably should have mentioned this in my introduction. I'm a father of 3. My wife works in the evenings, so it affects my ability to meet until the kids are in bed. Unless you want 3 little screaming monsters behind me and not be able to hear me. But we should, I'm glad we're finally meeting here, but we need to figure out when is a good time for us to meet every week, what nights. We're going to have to, I guess, do 2 meets in a week. Is that right? Or
It's just one.
Yeah, just this week we're meeting twice, and then after that we'll meet once a week.
Okay. If it's anything like the mobile app development class, as far as the requirements of the communication, one thing that my group did in that class is that we just had like a brief 30-minute meet at the very beginning of the week, just so we'd understand what everybody was responsible for, and then when we would have our recorded meet later in the week, we came prepared. So I don't know if you guys want to follow that kind of model and meet on like Monday or Tuesday night, just briefly touch base, make sure everybody knows what's going on, and then have our official meet later in the week. Or if that's too cumbersome for people, I know a lot of people Tuesday nights are mutual, Monday nights are family home evening, or I don't know if people have callings that involve them in mutual or scouts or whatever. So I know those nights can be difficult, but if that's something you guys are interested in, say so. I wouldn't mind it. I'm okay with it.
I'm good with either way.
Go ahead, Rachel.
No, go ahead.
No, I some weeks I travel, like this week and the next couple of weeks. So I'm in a hotel, so I'm fine. I don't have my kids to bother me at night, but I'm traveling, so I'm good. Monday or Tuesday for a quick briefing, and then later in the week I'm good. I do have four classes total that I'm doing. So I have a couple of other groups that I need to meet during the week, so just need to coordinate a little bit.
Do you have times for those meets yet?
Tuesday at 8 p.m. Mountain. There I've got one, and I think that's the only one that I've got set at this point. So anything around that should be fine.
Okay. So how many people here are Mountain Time? Most of you are Mountain Time, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So that kind of puts me as the odd man out. I'm Pacific Time, and I can't meet before 8 Pacific Time, which makes it 9 your guys' time.
That's
right.
fine by me.
That's fine as well.
Okay. So, and then, I've got another class. Like I said, tonight I had to meet with somebody else at 8, so that's why I'm here. Wasn't able to be here at 9, or 9 your time until 10 your time. So, but but if we decide on a specific night, then I'll make sure the other class gets whatever nights are left over. So if we met at Monday at 9 Mountain Time for 30 minutes each week, and then is Thursday night a good night for everybody else?
I'm good with Thursday. I'm good with Monday too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday may be the only night where I may have a problem. If I'm traveling, I usually travel back on Thursday night. So
Oh, okay.
kind of hard for me. I can do it later when I arrive, but that's going to be like at 10 Mountain.
I see. Well, what about Friday night then?
Yeah, Friday works.
Friday at 9 Mountain for whatever. I mean, the only thing that worries me about that is it's kind of late in the week, and if somebody shows up and says I wasn't able to get done what I needed to get done, or I couldn't figure it out, it's almost too late to recover.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Wednesday? Is Wednesday too early in the week?
Wednesdays are kind of hard for me. I work late. So, I mean, I can do 10
Okay.
o'clock like this, but I don't know if everybody wants to do 10 o'clock every Wednesday.
no, see, yeah, and I feel like Wednesday. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, Eureka. That I feel like it might be too early in the week to really accomplish what we need to accomplish. So, I think what we're going to just have to kind of establish is that if you're having trouble with your topic or whatever you're supposed to be doing, raise a flag as soon as possible to the rest of us and say, hey, I don't know that I'm going to be ready by Friday. I need help or whatever. So, we're all here to support each other. Let's just make sure that we don't stay quiet for too long.
Yeah.
So Friday nights now 9 Mountain. Would that work for our big weekly meet?
Honestly, I'm a little bit worried about that. That's just like the end of the week. You go out and go to a movie on Friday night or something.
Date night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that's silly, but I'm kind of worried about that.
That I understand.
The
that,
only
right?
option that I have, yeah, the only option that I have is then doing later on Thursday that would make it 10. Otherwise,
Late's
I
not
never
a
go to
problem.
bed until midnight, so I'm good with whatever. I'm just
So,
saying.
like, late Thursday would be nice then, just because after Wednesday I'm just tired after a long day. So Thursday late, that's cool with me.
Are we talking 10 Mountain on Thursday?
Yeah,
10
I'm
Mountain.
good with that.
Are you cool with 9 Pacific?
Yeah, 9 Pacific's fine by me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with late Thursday night. 10 o'clock is fine by me.
Me too.
Usually I take a flight that gets me home before that. So unless there's some delay or something, but I'll shoot an email and let you guys know.
Is that enough time for you to get home and relax for a little bit?
Well, it is.
Do you always travel every week though, or is it just occasionally?
It's occasionally. Well,
Okay.
knowing the project that I'm at, I'm traveling for the next few weeks, but it should be 4 or 5 more weeks, and then I should be back home.
Because even if it's not like, if we have our meeting scheduled, then I think it's not, well, we could get at least a couple of us together, and then we could just meet like at another time, and then you could just do your presentation really fast, just you, and then we'll just upload that one too.
Right. And I don't think we have to all present in the same week. I think if it is like 260 or 261, we would go on a schedule and present a couple topics each meeting or something like that. I think that's the same model. So we'll see.
See, now that's interesting because the groups were a lot smaller in that class. So each person had to present a topic. We had like 3 or 4 people. So if all 6 of us or 8 of us are presenting a topic, geez, and each person takes what, 15 minutes?
That's what I was thinking.
2 hours right there.
Yeah.
Who stuck to the 15 minutes? Not me.
Yeah, I never stuck to the 15 minutes. There were even times where we overlapped each other with the topics. Like, 2 people would do JSON, and so they would talk about it for like 5 minutes and whatnot, and that was fine. I think there was a point where if we absolutely couldn't make it, then we would at least record it live and put the link in the community and say, okay, here's my link in my presentation. If you guys can watch it and comment. That worked, and that was an occasional thing. If you really.
That's what I was going to suggest. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works.
Now, we never used a Google Calendar in my app development class, just because it didn't seem necessary. But does anybody want to manage the Google Calendar? Do we have a volunteer for that?
I've never done it either, but I can try to figure it out. Does somebody else know how to use it already?
I've used it in my group before, so
Do you want to do that?
I have it set up, so yeah, I can do it.
Cool.
Okay. I think part of it is that the instructor needs to be included in the Google Calendar so that he can pop into one of our meetings.
Okay. So we're saying Monday.
Just put Friday on it because Mondays will just be like a overview rundown thing, right?
Wait, are we doing Friday or Thursday?
Thursdays.
Thursday.
That's what I meant. Sorry, I misspoke. Didn't mean to freak everyone out.
Yes, man.
So you guys don't want to put the Monday checkpoint there as well?
I'm in the Team 1 meeting minutes. I'm making notes here. So I've got a touch base on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Mountain, the big meet on Thursdays at 10 p.m. Mountain, and then I'm putting you down as the calendar guy.
Or at
I
least
would say put Monday on the calendar and then just
don't invite the instructor.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And what else do we have to decide? And
What type of
hang
do we use what type of
Yeah.
project doing? Like if we're doing agile or waterfall or
Well, before we move on to that, who's going to start the Google Hangout each week?
I can do it if you want me to.
Okay, and you just post the link in the group chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it 2 L's, Moses?
Yes.
2 C's, 2 L's, right?
Yep.
Cool. So select an agile development methodology to use both learning the technology and creating your app. You'll need to submit this to your instructor by Saturday of this week. So I'm vaguely remembering the different agile methodologies like Scrum, and I don't think Waterfall fell into the agile ones. Waterfall was pre-agile.
I didn't think it was agile specific. I thought it was just one of the methodologies in general. Does it
software
specify
development life
agile?
cycle? Yeah.
I like Scrum.
And whichever one we pick, somebody's gonna have to remind me even what they.
Yep, me too.
Because the 262 class did not really teach us. They taught us from a very kind of helicopter view what those things were. They didn't teach us really how to use them very well.
I think I have one that we used for the UML project management class. I'll look it up in a second.
Does anyone use one in their work or anything? Anyone have one that they favor?
Well, in a lot of projects that we do in consulting, it's a lot of waterfall. But the Scrum methodology, you define sprints. In each sprint, basically you define the list of requirements or stories that you want to develop, and assign those to each developer. And you have like daily meets where you talk about the what you've done the previous day, what you're going to do today, and things like that. It's a little bit more complex than this, but kind of the gist of it is you.
Right. I think the sprint run.
You create stories, you assign the stories to a sprint, and then the sprint is basically defines the release of the software, right? And it takes a week or 2 weeks or something like that. So.
Okay. So I mean, it's basically mostly just focused on shorter time periods, shorter development time periods, and kind of checking in more often.
Yeah, because at first you'll have like an itemized list of all the things that you really need to do,
right.
And then you create your sprint, and you'll take the most important things from that and compile it into a faster list, a more compact list, and so forth. So you're going to kind of keep doing that. Take the most important things and make your sprint runs that way. That's how I understood it.
Okay. All right. So do we want to put that as our development methodology?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a little bit less formal, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Good way to go.
I'm not creating a Gantt chart. Forget that. No.
Yeah.
Lighter topic. Does anyone have a tagline? I've already picked an image for the thing, but if nobody likes it, we can pick something else. I don't know that anybody really cares about what image we have for our team Google Plus community.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then,
Do we all have edit capabilities on the team community?
I don't know, but I can probably change that. So, okay, yeah, I'm just going to promote you all to moderators.
What was that?
Some nasty feedback.
I don't know. All right, so you guys are all moderators. Do we have a tagline for our community?
Is that something we can think on?
Sure. Has anybody had trouble getting to the GitHub repository? At least
No.
getting there, viewing the README?
I don't think so. I think that came through just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried.
Yeah, I was able to get to it. I'm looking at it right now.
You guys need to give everyone something to rally around. All right. Each team member a technology from the course's technology list to learn and be prepared to teach it in the next team meeting. Oh, so that's this week. We're all supposed to teach something in the next team meeting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm assuming is going to be tomorrow night at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
We find the topics of what we want to teach or are required to teach.
That's
Could
in the
anybody do it like Saturday morning?
Yeah, probably this week we should do something like that.
Are we talking like Saturday morning at 11:30?
Yeah, that's my kind of morning. Yeah.
I actually have the coding group this Saturday at 10:30 Pacific, so that would be your 11:30. As you wake up, I'll be heading into town. So I could do maybe like a Saturday afternoon or evening. But if it's going to be evening, it's going to either be early afternoon or after 8 o'clock in the evening Pacific. So yeah, because I know we need time. Like I've got other assignments that are due tomorrow night, so I'm not going to be able to start researching a topic tonight.
Well, if we need to do it tomorrow night, I mean, we can do it Friday this week. I just don't feel like tomorrow night is enough time for us to learn what we need to learn.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that. So if you go into the course folder, for whoever was asking about where we find the topics and resources, it says there's 14 topics, but I only count 11, and then you've got the 3 resources, the Java API, the app design, what not to do, which I'm not even sure why that's considered a resource. It seems more like a joke than anything else. And then the oh, and the user interface development in Android. Okay, so that's what it is. The Java API, the sharing code, and the user interface development in Android. So we're going to reteach these topics a lot, I assume.
Yeah, we're going to be repeating a lot of them. Like I said, we'll even have weeks where we'll just kind of, 2 people will do socket IOs by happenstance.
Well, we can plan it out so that that doesn't happen. I mean, we can create a table right here. This is what we did in my other group. How many weeks are we teaching topics, or for how many weeks?
Every week.
But I mean, towards the end, we quit teaching topics and we just go into project development, right?
I think it's to week 8.
Let's see. Just a 9. It's all just saying understanding portfolio.
Should we just start with a few and break that down, like?
So
we can
week
work on
10,
that?
week 10, I think might be the last because if I'm looking at the schedule, and it says week 10, teach the diagrams you've learned to the team, and then after that, I don't see any more. Wait, I guess there is one more in week 12. I could be wrong.
Let's see. Hold on.
Hey Logan, do you have Ryan's Gmail address?
Excuse me.
Ryan Grant. I think I found him on Google Plus only because he's a part of the class community. But I don't think I have his email unless he posted it to the discussion board or something.
Yeah, because I wanted to add him to the invite. So.
Is there anyone that's in this group here tonight that's not in the GitHub repository? We got Moses, Jeffrey, Eureka, Rachel, Daniel's in there.
Daniel just commented on something. It said, "Did we meet?" and I missed it.
Commented where?
On Jeff's post earlier.
Oh.
Can we add him? I don't know how to do that.
He's already added in the conversation, so all he has to do is click on the link.
Click on it? Okay.
Where is this, in the discussion board or where?
Yeah, it was on our discussion board, and it says, so it looks like we're still missing 2 people. That's where Jeff commented, and then below that, he just wrote it like 2 minutes ago.
I think it's Daniel.
Yeah, not the conversation. Sorry, in the on our discussion board, our community.
Oh, in our community. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me refresh. Yeah, I've tried to get a hold of him on Google Plus. He's not, or on Hangouts. He's not responding there. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did we?
Oh well.
I'll try and.
See if he's in that.
All right. Well, anyways, back to what we were doing.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, so looking at the schedule, learn one technology, update the portfolio from last week. So we're only teaching a technology every other week? It says learn one technology, teach one technology, submit your understanding portfolio. Then the next week is update the portfolio from last week to include changes by your instructor, submit your updated understanding portfolio.
You're
So it looks like we're only teaching every other week.
Looks like.
Was that how it was for Clinton? Did you say you took this class in Moses?
It was different.
Okay.
Quite different than this. Similar topics, but different way to teach it.
You took it on campus, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess my question would be, because it looks like it doesn't talk anything about writing code until week 12. I can't imagine we're developing an app in 2 weeks. Anyone else?
Well, isn't it what we did for 261? It was kind of like that as well.
But it was 4 weeks. You had 4 weeks.
Yeah. Went through all the portfolio and all that, and then finally we had some development at the end.
Yeah. Well, Moses, with your experience with this class, did you guys not start with the actual app project until you'd studied all these technologies, or were you kind of doing it along with it? That you could tell. Oh, we can't hear you, Moses.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had you guys on mute. um, so okay, so as far as like lessons, we had lessons each week. We always taught each other each week. And then as far as starting the program, we didn't have to start it until the last portion of it, but we had some guys that were really gung-ho and they would start coding as we went just to kind of get the ball rolling. But Brother Tuckett doesn't expect us to complete the whole app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the lesson is basically fixed upon having a real world environment where we're basically trying to be more unified teamwork wise. We're teaching each other management thing, but it's more of a life setting, so to speak.
All right. Hate to say it, but it almost seems like a way to get out of the teacher actually teaching stuff to the students.
That was my experience on campus. But you just summed up my experience on campus of that class.
I think you spotted the elephant in the room.
Call it like I see it. Okay, so then we can at least assume it looks like 10 weeks of teaching. So, and we have 14 topics and 8 people. So that's it's quite a. Here, let's go back here. I'm going to do a new. Do a Google Sheets in the shared folder. So you guys, if you go back to the shared folder, you should see a new document.
Spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're team 1, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, team number 1.
There you go.
1. Where's it?
All right, so the invites have been sent. You should have them all.
Yep.
You guys hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey.
Hey,
Welcome.
sorry, I totally missed this somehow.
No worries. I've been trying to get you on just regular Google Chat, and I don't know if I'm using the wrong personality or whatever, or if you have a different account now or something. But have you seen that at all? I've been trying to hit you on Google Chat.
I haven't seen anything come up. I might have a setting like messed up or something somewhere.
You might have blocked Logan. You're just like, I'm done with that semester.
Yeah, I get it. I see how it is. All right, so the topics that we have. Daniel, why don't you take them?
Oh, I was gonna say, how long you guys been on?
Almost an hour now.
Oh wow.
No worries. Why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself to everybody while I'm filling out a spreadsheet of all the topics. So.
My name's Daniel Lovell. I'm from Mesa, Arizona. This is my second to last semester in the CIT program. Got wife and 6 kids. Not sure what else you guys want to know.
6, huh?
That's right.
Is it recently 6? I thought it was 5 earlier last year.
Yeah, it was 6 in July.
July. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you related to Jim Lovell, the Apollo 13 astronaut? Just wondering.
I probably am, because there's just not that many levels around, but nothing close.
It's an interesting name.
I'll rewatch the video later to learn all about you guys.
Well, Daniel, are you in the team meeting minutes, the shared document on Google Drive?
I am not, but I will be there soon.
Okay, just check that out because that kind of shows what we've talked about already.
Are we choosing what we're gonna study?
I'm working on a spreadsheet right now for that. Yeah, so we can kind of just assign. Although we're already in week 3, aren't we? Technically, is this week 3 or week 2?
Week 3, I think.
I think it's week 3, but lesson 2.
Yeah.
Right. So do we want to go by the lessons? I see. I always get so confused by that. Do we want to go by the lessons then? Lesson numbers.
I would stick with what we have in this class because I have another class that goes by weeks, and it probably doesn't matter. But if we just reference what we already have in this class, we'll know where we can reference it.
Okay. So questions. So, whoever wants to jump in to at least the spreadsheet and at least look at week 2 and kind of, if you see a topic you like, sign up for it.
Can I do the sockets I/O?
Yeah, I haven't gotten down to that one yet. Let's see. It's the second to last one, so that'll be.
Can someone confirm what email address you would use to invite me?
To the shared folder?
Yeah, because I don't see it.
Do you have that conversation going on?
Shared with Daniel level. I may have done it with your your BYU address. Okay.
That's why. Okay.
So what address do you want me to share it with?
It's Daniel A. Lovell, DanielALovell @gmail.com.
Okay, hold on. Daniel A. Lovell. Email?
At Gmail, yeah.
Just your name with middle initial?
Yeah.
Hey Daniel, can you confirm if you received the Google Calendar invite?
Yeah, let me look.
I just sent that a few minutes ago.
Did that go to our email?
All right, Daniel, it's sent.
So is this week 2? Is this what we're going to be presenting on this week, basically?
Yeah, and I'm going to change the word week for lesson.
Okay, that works.
Yes, whatever you're signing up for here, that's going to be for, I guess are we meeting Saturday? Friday? We're meeting Friday night? Is that it? What did we decide this week?
I think so.
I think it was Friday.
Friday night, what, 9 Mountain?
I'm good with that.
Works for me.
HTTP communications. Okay.
So I'll put an invite there for Friday, so we don't forget.
Thank you.
Friday 9 Mountain, right?
Yeah, Friday night, 9 Mountain. Hold on.
Has anyone picked up MVC yet?
10. Yes, I still only have 13 topics. No one's picked MVC. In fact, only Clint. So who wanted Socket.io?
Socket.io. Where are you seeing 13 topics? I only see 10.
Well, I'm including the 3 resources up above because it says 14 topics, and I'm like, well, there's not 14, but there are. Well, there's technically there's 4 headers up here under resources, but the one for app design, what not to do. I don't know what that's supposed to be telling us. All it is a link to a YouTube video of really old MS-DOS interfaces.
Those seem to be resources for everything else. So the topics are.
Right. Well, but have you seen referenced places that says, oh, the 14 topics, the 14 topics? And it's like, well, but there's not 14 topics. There's only 10 topics.
Yeah, I see it there. Maybe we need to ask the instructor about this.
It probably just hasn't been updated.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll keep Java API, Git, and Android UI up there just in case they end up being topics, but. Yeah, so
So if there's only 13 and there's, what, 8 of us, should we split a couple of them?
well, no, we just have to. There'll be plenty of repetition going on. So, we can come in here and kind of fill this out as many weeks out as we want, and just try to make sure that this way, no 2 people will be teaching the same topic in 1 week. If we make sure that we're not teaching something that somebody else has already signed up for.
I still haven't received any invites for anything, so I'm just going to put my email address in the group chat here on the Hangout, just to make sure that everybody's spelling it right.
Okay.
I got your address from your post in the discussion board. So.
And you're putting it where? Oh, in the chat on the side here. Okay.
Yeah, in the Hangout.
Should I just paste that link in there? Okay.
There we go, Daniel. You should have received a share for the folder now.
Okay, I think I see it now. There it is.
All right. I'm going to take some low-hanging fruit here this week, guys. Take JSON data serialization.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Hibernate, so I'll do that. But, when do you want me signing up for it? That's what I think I'm confused by.
Sign up for it now, for week 2.
For week 2, okay.
Yeah, or lesson 2. So, if you plan on teaching it on Saturday.
Gotcha. And that's the thing, though, is there's, I don't know, 9 things?
Friday.
So am I going over all of that?
I'd pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to learn more and more about it, so kind of give us, this is the first week. Give us a week 1 version of, the topic.
Gotcha.
We don't expect you to be an expert by Friday.
Okay, good.
I do.
I do.
Well,
That's a lot.
who said that?
I do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then we expect you to be an expert in your topic, too, all right?
Yep.
I'm an expert.
That's exactly right.
Captain Stupid.
You just blabber on about something completely
right.
wrong and we'd never know.
The humblest person I know. I want you guys to learn something.
That's weird. I'm the humblest person I know. I want to tell my kids that. So, well, the other interesting thing is UML doesn't seem to be a topic on the schedule in, oh, where did it go? Dang it, I closed it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Never mind. And in GitHub, whoa. Oh, that's me, sorry. In GitHub, who is X Silver Ace X?
That's
That's
Clinton.
fine.
Clinton.
Thanks, Clinton.
I put that up because I didn't see me and my information in the GitHub stuffs.
Okay, so that's
I'm
new.
just missing it.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. Okay. So the only person we're missing in the GitHub repository then is Grant. Not Grant. What is
Ryan.
his first? Ryan Grant. Thank you. Why don't you just call him Grant?
2 first names are the worst.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the worst, but.
Well, your name is pretty bad. I'll probably end up just calling you Mitchell.
Like Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. That's right. Let's see, but Logan's memorable. See, I was named after a 1980 sci-fi flick, so. Yeah.
True.
Or 1979. Michael York, Logan's Run.
Logan's Run.
Yep.
So I posted a question in the class community board in the topics question about the number of topics. So
Okay.
You get a clarification on that.
Good deal. And I think this will be part of what we kind of touch base on Monday. At least for now, is like, hey, who's going to teach what this week? So if we have any gaps or anybody who hasn't signed up for something, we'll use Monday's meet to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing for the week. So we don't really have to figure out all 10 weeks right now, but it'd be nice, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people signed up for this week, but we've got 7 of us here, right? So is somebody not signed up? What is it? Daniel, Clint, Rachel, me, Jeffrey, Eureka. So, Moses,
Yeah.
is there a particular topic you'd like?
Yeah. Let's do view control.
What's that?
Model view control.
Oh, the MVC pattern?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. So we got our topics for this week.
Is anybody else like thoroughly confused about the actual topics? Some of this stuff is so foreign to me. I'm just like, I don't even know what.
No, I made the same comment. Yeah, I think there's a lot of the stuff that most of us haven't heard of, so.
Yep.
I mean, some of us.
That's good, right?
Yeah. I guess that's the point of taking a class.
Exactly.
So, but they're not that bad. Java collections, arrays and collection objects, dictionaries and stuff like that. Hibernate it's a framework for data persistence. JSON, you guys know what JSON is, right? We already went through this. HTTP communication, this is really AJAX calls and stuff like that. Unit and other types of tests. I don't know if you ever use JUnit. It's just a framework to do unit tests. It's pretty simple to use, actually. Safe parallel processing, that's probably the most complex topic here, I would think.
That's like threading and stuff, right?
Yeah, it is. The modern software design, that's pretty abstract. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Rico's
MVC.
done for the semester. He's got all of his presentations already.
Yeah. Well, it's 20 years, so.
Good deal. All right. Well, what else do we have on our agenda? So we have everybody's decided on a topic, so that's done.
So one thing that I wanted to make sure, I don't think we're all going to present on the same meeting. If this is the same model as the 260, are we going to have a couple of people presenting each meeting, or what are we going to do?
I thought we were supposed to present each meeting.
I think we're also.
It's going to be a very long meeting if everyone presents on the same meeting.
Yeah, it is.
Well, so one thing I was noticing about the way the schedule was laid out, if you go to under course folder and you look at the schedule, as it says, learn one technology assigned to you by the team and teach one technology you've learned to the team. So if are we all going to be making kind of our own videos and just putting them out there? And so if you want to learn the model view controller pattern and I made a video that week for it, then you go out and watch my video.
This is what we did. We presented it with weekly meet,
right? And
then what you would do is, what we would do is, we would watch the video, and you can actually cut and splice. You started your teaching one another, and then you could put that into the community, and then you would just watch it until you were done, and then as long as he knows where you started and it had the time of where it was, then he'd watch that until the time that you ended, and that was your part.
Yeah, and we did that for our class too, but again, we only had like 3 team members. So, an hour meeting, and we each took 15 to 20 minutes with some, transitions between. And yeah, we do, okay, I started here and this person started there. But we've got 8 people on this team. If Ryan shows up, that's even if we stuck to strict 15 minutes apiece, that's a 2-hour meeting.
What if we did 5 minutes?
Yeah, the way,
all right, I'm going to teach you the MVC pattern in 5 minutes.
The way we did it.
Worthy goal.
So
can we do like a screen share instead, though? Instead of doing like a video, can't you just do a screen share? Everybody come up with a couple slides or something and just show that?
Sometimes
and record it in our meeting?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes that's a more effective way to teach. Other times a live example may be better.
That's true.
So it really depends on the topic, on how you want to present it. But ultimately, yeah, either we're getting together to sit down for hour and a half or more to sit there and each one of us go through our topics. The thing about it is, every time I went through that with my team, our meetings would go longer because they'd start teaching something and you'd have questions, so you'd want to know more, and like,
yeah.
If we're avoiding that, if it's strictly a presentation and then we take away from it what we get, and if we have questions we go research it on our own, then we might be able to pull it off, but it'll still be a lengthy meeting.
Agreed.
Does anyone plan on going to the office meetings with Brother Tuckett?
What time are they?
That's why I was asking if anyone knew. If everyone's going to go, I don't know.
I mean, I have rarely been able to make a professor's meetings because they're all Mountain Time or further, and so it's like, and they're like, well, let's meet at 6 Mountain Time, and I'm like, well, that's 5 p.m. I'm still at work, so I've never been able to really go to instructors' meetings, so I can't guarantee that I'll be able to.
It's at 6 on Thursdays, Mountain Standard.
Yeah, 6 Mountain Standard. Great. Cool. Good for them.
So if you look at the schedule, you have from now until week 8 to actually learn one technology topic and teach it, right? So we're not going to be teaching all of us in the same meeting and presenting in the same meeting. Otherwise, as we were saying, it's a very long meeting. I think that if we decide that we teach 2 or 3 topics per meeting, we cover all this and we get this done. And we still have to work on our understanding portfolio starting this week. And it's every other week there's other things. So every other week I think there's a presentation, and then the next week we'll do something else. Then we do teach one another again. So I think all of us teaching in the same meeting every week that we have to present, it's going to be a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
I think we need to ask the teacher what his expectations are.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, and I noticed he commented on, I can't remember who asked a question or something, but he said there's not really like specific deadlines for certain things. So I think as long as we're learning it and we get all of it covered, you know what I mean? Instead of like you said, 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours every week. I don't know.
Well, and at some point we're going to need to start like a project. I mean, the idea of the class is to build something together, right?
Right.
So,
Well, there was a comment from Moses on that, Daniel, that we may not actually, that the person may not expect us to actually finish the application that we set out to design.
Yep.
But
The
it's more about
absolute
learn.
most important things for us to do to get a high grade is under the assessments. Each one of those, the code topic, the UML diagrams and tests, the professional scheduling, the individual self-reflection journal, the professional behavior, those are the #1 things that's going to make up your grade. So throughout the semester, when you submit the stuff that's due, like, what does he call them? He calls them the items due this week. He'll have a list of things, and you'll submit that. You'll post it to the community, and he'll grade you on those, but it won't have as hard of an impact as everything that's in the assessments folder.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's kind of like the other class then.
Yeah, the understanding portfolio is a big thing too.
Yeah.
That's part of the assessment. So, but I think for next week, looking at the schedule, we need to do the brainstorm ideas for apps, and then on the week after next, we have to present the application idea. Well, we need to decide on an application idea, and then we need to present it to the instructor for approval.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, are we each going to prepare as if we're going to present on Friday night? And then, depending on what the teacher says, will depend on how we actually pull off Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, I think we should all. It seems like give each team member a technology from the course's technology list to learn and be prepared to teach it in the next team meeting. That, to me, seems pretty clear that we're all teaching something in the team meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all do need to be prepared to teach on Friday night's meeting.
Okay.
Whether or not we do that from here on out, I think for at least for this week we need to.
Unless we hear something back from him clarifying something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I mean we've got 2 days, so we really should prepare either way.
Do you think another idea we could do is each of us make a video, like you were saying, and post them in our community and just share them with him as well? But then our group meeting can be more like questions for everyone instead of, you know what I mean? Do we have to present every time as a group?
I
I
don't
assume.
know. I mean,
Yes,
yeah. I mean, it depends on how much is expected to be like immediate feedback, immediate questions, things like that. one thing I did find in the mobile app development class was I would ask questions that the presenter didn't know answers to because they themselves were just researching the topic. So it wasn't always effective to even ask questions.
Yeah, our teacher last time didn't like that in the mobile apps. He wanted everybody to not make individual videos. He wanted everybody to like do a team presentation. But that doesn't mean that that's how it's going to be here.
And it doesn't. And even if we do it this week, where we all present in Friday night's meeting, that doesn't mean that's going to be how we're going to do it from here on out. I just think we need to be prepared. It sounds like, based on this sample agenda, give each team member the technology from the course's technology list to learn and be prepared to teach it in the next team meeting.
Okay.
So everybody be prepared, but if he comes back and says, no, you know, only 2 or 3 people need to present, then we'll do it that way, whatever. So.
Cool.
What else do we have to turn in this week? Initial understanding portfolio.
And I think that's based on whatever topic we just chose for presentation Friday, right?
I'm sorry, what was that, Daniel?
The presentation portfolio, those items are based on whatever we're going to end up presenting on Friday, right? I mean, like we each have our own topic, and we're going to start creating our portfolios kind of based around that. So if I have Git, then the idea is that I create some type of portfolio based on Git this week, right?
Well, that's if I'm hearkening back to the mobile app class, I would have an entry for not only what I taught, but what I learned. So, because my understanding should increase not only with the things that I present, but the things that I learned from the other students. So, even I would put, you know, whatever I got. You know, somebody's teaching JSON data serialization. I would take whatever I understood from that and try to put it into my portfolio.
Gotcha. That's right.
So one thing that I don't know if it's going to be the same thing. In my 261 class, the teacher really didn't want to see anything in GitHub. He wanted us to put together our portfolio as either a document or a web page somewhere that he could go there and evaluate and look at source code and stuff like that. And that's what we ended up doing. So I don't know.
This one says you can point to a document within GitHub. It says it in the instructions here.
Because you're not going to be able to run the Java through the browser. I think we're going to have to do it through GitHub to see the code. Like with the mobile app one, we could actually, like, you know, create a web page with the JavaScript and the.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, so I think that's it for the meeting, except for a tagline. Do we have a tagline? Something motivational?
Jesus is Lord. That's motivational. Did anyone watch the IT crowd?
Oh yeah.
We could do like CIT crowd version 3.6.0, something like that. I put it in the little chat thing.
CIT crowd. Nice.
It's something.
Yeah, I have no reference to that, so I don't know.
Missing out.
One thing, I can't remember who used to say this to me. It was, "May the good code be yours." I always liked that. It's one of the guys in my coding group.
He said what?
May the good code be yours.
I like that.
Me too.
I just posted the question about all 8 of us teaching each week. So hopefully he sees it.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything to add? So it says we need to report to the instructor what development methodology we will be using and which team members will be responsible for what technology. Doesn't say how we're supposed to report that.
Could you share this document with him?
Yeah.
I think I did share this folder with him. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Or are we submitting this video at all? Does this video get submitted somehow?
Well, we've just posted it to the community.
Yeah, I highly doubt he's going to be watching this video.
You don't think he's got at least an hour per group that he's going to spend during his week?
Listen to nonsense.
It's not nonsense. We're talking very meaningful stuff here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, it's good to meet everybody.
Until Friday, we got.
Yeah, Friday 9 o'clock.
9. Okay.
And who was? Oh, Moses, you're going to start the hangout.
Yeah.
And you're familiar with
He's gonna post the link.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll create it and then I'll pop the link up into the same conversation chat that we have going right now in Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah, we can just keep the same link open, right?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, I think you can. For the sake of being safe, but I'll still just grab the hyperlink and shoot it into the chat.
This chat that we have going on at the purely chat text hangout, I'm going to give it a name right now. I'm just going to call it Team 1 CIT 360. I may not be able to do audio or video like who is it said they could do that during the day?
I did.
It was Jeffrey.
Jeff, yeah, that's right. But I've almost always got my G-chat open, so it's a good place to.
Are we on a Google chat? Is that what that? So that chat is not associated with this hangout. It's a separate chat.
Yeah, I just renamed it. I'm gonna say hello over there. Daniel, are you getting that chat at all? What's that?
I don't know. Google Plus is weird.
There's a Hangouts app too if you've got an iPhone. I don't know if you want to do that.
So is the chat part of Hangouts or is it?
Yeah, it's part of it. Do you have Chrome?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
I
invited the wrong Daniel.
Oh, okay.
But for some reason I've got your BYU address. I know.
I see the right Daniel in the.
He's got his picture, but it's actually his BYU address.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, I used my BYU address like one semester, and it just messed me up.
Screwed everything up.
Yeah. So.
All right, so I'm going to try and invite the right Daniel here if I can.
I don't think you remove people either, so you might just get a ton of notifications.
This is strange, Daniel. Can you post a link to your? Well, it should be your Google Plus profile name, right? I mean, that's where I'm trying to add you through Hangouts, but it's not letting me add you by your Gmail.
So is it the chat that's like sitting here next to the Hangout? I mean, that's in the side right
Not
now.
to
the a separate one.
Okay, not there. There we go.
Because
how do I access that chat though? Is it through like?
If you go to your Gmail.
Let me share here. If you're logged into your Gmail, you might have a little Hangouts button up here that you can click. That brings up this. You just have to, I think you have to install the Hangouts extension in your Chrome browser or something of that nature.
You can go to hangouts.google.com.
It's not even finding him with his email address.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Daniel, you don't exist.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast.